deep breath. And the first word.
There are two types of people, Greeks and those who wish they were Greek. This is a quote from one of my favorite movies, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Growing up in a Greek family and constantly being surrounded by the culture, I can say that this movie is scarily accurate. My life has mostly revolved around my culture, and a perfect example of that is my name is Triana, and it comes from the Greek tradition of being named after my grandmother. So even though some of my family members would probably disagree, there's still a lot more to me than just my ethnicity. I'm going to tell everyone a little bit more about my family and background, my hobbies, and some of my special interests. First off, I grew up in Palos Verdes Estates, California, which is about 45 minutes away from this.
I love it. Why don't you deliver that thesis statement one more time without looking at it? I know what you're going to talk about, and you do too.
Okay.
Ready? And then, once you go into that first transition, don't forget the same thing. We need a signpost, a main point, and a central idea. So if we're going to say first, I'll tell you where I grew up. Remember, why are you telling us that? So that we can get to know.
Okay.
All right, hon. Give me the thesis one more time without looking.
I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself.
I'm so sorry. Are we gonna?
I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself, my family, my background, my special interests, and my hobbies. First off, I grew up in Palos Verdes Estates, California. First off, I'm going to tell you... Sorry, what do you want me to say?
Well, I don't know. What first off are you going to tell me? About your what?
Where I live.
So that we can?
Okay. First off, I'm going to tell you about where I live so you can get to know me better.
And are we gonna?
I'm going to tell you about where I live so you can get to know me
You
better.
got this. Yo, let's hear about it, PB.
I grew up in Palos Verdes Estates, California, which is about 45 minutes away from this university. And if you don't know where that is, it's right next to Redondo Beach. I lived with my mom, my dad, my older brother Harrison, my younger brother Michael, and my dog named Coconut. And I went to Palos Verdes High School, and I actually had a very good high school experience. Next, I'm going to elaborate on that a little more so you all can understand why I liked it.
Yeah, do you mind if I just pull you back to this one real quick? Oh.
No, I meant I don't mind.
Okay, good. No, I know. I got it. What about PV makes you you?
I lived in a beach town.
I don't know the answer to this, but good. I want you to simply think, what about PV are we talking? So we talked a little bit about our family, which is awesome, and what each of those people's names are, and being with them, and the dogs, yay! What was that like? How did those individuals shape or serve you? And then additionally, think about how maybe PV did as well. Did growing up in that small town environment do wonders for you? You had a pleasant time in high school, but why? So those are things to think about when we're just developing these main points. Simply then listing, go back and think of the why or the how did I do this. So in the next main point, if you don't get around to doing it, or if you haven't written it out, think about trying to incorporate that one in there. Does that sound good? So even with PV, was there something special about it that made you you?
Not really. I mean, it just, all of my loved ones live there.
That's wonderful. And when you're surrounded by your loved ones, what happens?
I'm happy.
Good, yeah. And it's a nice thing to have family in your neighborhood. And when they're close by, I don't know, this is just what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, when my family's close by, I don't live near my family, and that's a bummer. But when they're close by and you get to just cruise over to anybody's house, it makes your entire town also feel like it's one big family as well. Which is, at least that's what I think is nice about it. But again, that's up to you. So let's go into this next one, and I can't wait to hear about how it's you.
Okay.
You do that transition.
Okay. Next, I'm going to elaborate a little more on why I loved high school so much. I was involved in my high school's drama department for all 4 years, and I was accidentally placed in that class my freshman year, and I so desperately wanted to get out of it. I didn't like it at all. And then a few months went by, and I quickly learned that I actually really enjoyed acting, and it soon turned into a hobby, which then turned into a career goal, which led to me being a theater major at this school.
Ah.
And acting has also showed me many other things that I'm interested in. It has opened the door for me to screenwriting, and I'm very passionate about that, and it's something I also plan on pursuing in the future. Finally, I'm a very adventurous person, and that has resulted in many different stories that I can tell people. Most of them involve the injuries I've endured because I always get injured. And I'm going to tell you about my earliest injury. I was in 5th grade. I was skiing with my family in Lake Tahoe. And the one thing to keep in mind is, besides being Greek, the one thing my family loves besides being Greek is snow skiing. I come from a huge family of skiers, and I was forced to do it when I was only 5 years old. I'm sitting on top of the mountain. I'm 10 years old in 5th grade, and this is the first mountain, so there's multiple mountains to go back down to the chairlift. Then you have to go up more mountains and then back to the lodge. I'm sitting on the mountain. My dad is down at the bottom of the first one, and he's encouraging me to come down. And after much hesitation, I decide to go, and halfway down, I have a huge wipeout. Oh. And I feel that immediately something is wrong with my knee, and we later learned that I had fully torn my ACL. And for those of you that don't know what an ACL is, it's the ligament that stabilizes your kneecap. And since I was so young, my dad thought that I was just being dramatic, and he told me to ski it off. So I had to ski down multiple mountains, go on another chairlift, and then ski down even more mountains with a fully and freshly torn ACL. In conclusion...
Hold on! Bring it back! That tells us something about you now, doesn't it? Now we can infer what we think we know about you. That's a tough cookie. But what did that do for you?
Well, in my conclusion, I was about to say that, but it shaped me into the person I am today because I feel I have gotten more tough from it, and I just understand more about injuries, made me more empathetic towards other people.
Good. Yes. Okay, good. Now bring it home.
In conclusion, that experience, all my other experiences and my interests have shaped me into the person I am today. I hope that everyone now has more of an idea about who I am as a person, my background, my hobbies, and my family. And just to clarify, even though it sounds like it, I promise that my family is not crazy. They just possess all the qualities of a Greek, and if you don't know what that is, you should watch my Big Fat Greek Wedding, and you'll figure it out. Thank you.